Hello, this is Danny. Welcome to a whole nother awesome review. Today, I'll be reviewing 1981's classic, Heavy Metal! That's right, Heavy Metal, 1981. You might have heard of this film, or maybe you've never heard of it in your life, but Heavy Metal is a classic. It is a film that inspired Blade Runner. You probably heard of that film. And it also inspired The Fifth Element. If you've never seen Heavy Metal, I suggest you go rent it now. Now, South Park actually did a parody of Heavy Metal called Major Boobage. You've probably heard of that movie, or maybe you've never saw it in your life. But Heavy Metal is a 1981 animated classic. A lot of it was animated actually in Canada, which kind of makes it a Canadian animated film, since a lot of segments of it were made in Canada. And plus had John Candy in it, who is a Canadian actor, if you didn't know that. So Heavy Metal is a 1981 Canadian animated classic. If you haven't seen Heavy Metal, I suggest you go out and buy it now, or rent it. So how am I going to explain what this movie is about? Okay, let me try to, alright. I'll try to explain what this movie is about. Basically, there's a whole bunch of different stories that all come together into one huge, gigantic story. There's these aliens that get high on coke and drive a spacecraft through space, pick up this chick through some tube, and and the chick ends up wanting to marry a robot and have a Jewish wedding. Heavy Metal! Okay, also, there's this girl who rides this bird, dragon-like bird, that can fly around the world. Pretty awesome if you ask me. It's kind of like if Avatar was awesomeness without blue people and it had a hot chick in it. Heavy Metal. Okay. Alright, so, anyways, John Candy plays this guy who's a nerd, and he ends up finding this green orb. He hooks it up to his scientific laboratory, and he becomes a guy that has the power to go into another universe, basically, and save this hot girl from these people. Heavy Metal! So anyways, yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. You gotta see the movie for yourself to really understand it. It is a really awesome film, though, and very creative, very awesome animation. And if you guys didn't know this, the scene at the beginning of the film, when the car is coming down into Earth, that scene was actually done with a real car. And they filmed it, and what the animators did was they animated over the real car. Coming down. Well, basically, they had a car hooked up to wires, and they filmed it, and that's how they did that scene, and then they animated over it. Heavy Metal. And Heavy Metal has probably the best theme song for an animated movie ever made, if you ever heard it. It goes, I got one ticket to paradise, call it Heavy Metal. Yeah, okay, so anyways. Yeah, you guys totally gotta check this movie out. Heavy Metal. Check it out. So, the slogan for this movie is sex and crime and rock and roll. So, if you guys like sex, crime, or rock and roll, then you guys will like this movie. Personally, I like sex and rock and roll. Not so much the crime, but I do like those two things. And the crime is pretty cool when it's acted by other people. So check this movie out, Heavy Metal, 1981 classic. If you guys never actually saw this movie, I don't know where you were. Maybe you didn't grow up in this generation. But where I actually got exposed to this movie was as a kid. I was about 10 years old, and in the 90s they used to show this movie on TV all the time. And it used to be on HBO, I remember. And sometimes it used to be on the Space Channel. And I used to watch this film over and over again. This is actually probably the 26th time that I've watched it since I was a kid. and it's still awesome. Even watching it now, it never gets old. It's always awesome. This is one of those movies that you can watch over and over again because of its awesomeness, basically. The taxi driver in this movie reminds you of the taxi driver off Fifth Element. And personally, I think they stole the character right out of the movie. This movie was so original. Apparently, Blade Runner was actually based off the comic books of the same name Heavy Metal, which the movie was based off of. Right here. So, if you like Blade Runner, and you like Fifth Element, or maybe you just like cartoons with kick-ass theme songs with hot girls, then you probably like Heavy Metal. Or maybe you just like hot girls and you like rock and roll. Still good movie. Check out Heavy Metal and you will have a blast. And the theme song in this movie is incredible. What else can I tell you about this movie? There is some awesome scenes. There's a scene with these aliens getting high on coke, basically. This actually came out before the Reagan era, as the filmmakers say, and at that time, coke was a very popular drug. So that's why the aliens are getting high on cocaine. But then again, I don't even know. Maybe aliens do have drugs. I don't know if there are aliens in the world, but maybe they do get high on drugs. Who knows? But anyways, these aliens have like a freaking truckload of coke and they're getting high off it on their spaceship. And basically, I mean, what are these aliens doing? They could have crashed their freaking spaceship getting high. What the hell is their problem? But seriously, this is an awesome movie. Now, you've probably seen a parody of this where aliens get high on coke in South Park. South Park actually parodied this movie twice in I think 2 of their seasons. One was when the aliens were getting high on coke. Other one was where the episode Major Boobage. So, yeah. But, yeah, you guys totally got to check this movie out. Check it out. Heavy Metal, 1981 classic. As the slogan says, sex and crime and rock and roll. Yeah, Heavy Metal. Yeah, I'll show you the back. Oh, you know what? I'll show you the artwork, too. Here we go. Yeah. That's sweet. Look at that awesome cover. Isn't that kick-ass? That's probably the best cover for, like, an animated film ever. This is like, if you wanted to watch a cartoon movie that doesn't have freaking kitty shit in it, this is the movie to see. Heavy Metal. This movie should be made into a live-action film. I think they should make it into a live-action film. I've heard rumors of James Cameron thinking of making it into a live-action film. That would be awesome if he did. Yeah. So anyways, you guys totally got to check out this movie. If you've never seen Heavy Metal, you got to see it. To get the Blu-ray, you'll get it from Best Buy. It's a Best Buy exclusive. Awesome, awesome film. Check it out. It has DTS HD Master Audio. The quality of the Blu-ray is amazing. I checked it out on Netflix and the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is actually better than the next Netflix one. The Netflix one copy has like a little bit of grain in it. But the Blu-ray copy is beautiful. The colors are amazing. The surround sounds pretty good. The music sounds really awesome on this movie, especially a lot of the scenes. So I would say it is a decent Blu-ray. If I was to rate the Blu-ray out of 10, I'd probably get a 9. I mean, there's parts in the movie that are a little mono soundtrack, but the music in it is actually really good. So check this movie out, Heavy Metal. Blu-ray gets a 9 out of 10. Movie gets a 10 out of 10. Check it out, Heavy Metal. And the special features on it are great. They have behind-the-scenes commentary and interviews with the cast and crew of Heavy Metal.